Whoa, four-wheel drift out of the Wagoneer S? Welcome back, I'm Tedward. Welcome back to a dreary, cloudy day in Michigan, and welcome to the all-new 2025 Jeep Wagoneer S Launch Edition. This is Jeep's very first fully electric vehicle, and you might be thinking, wait a minute, they've done electric vehicles before, but no, you're just thinking of the Wrangler 4xe, which is a plug-in hybrid, and it feels like everybody in the market has come out with their EVs already, and Jeep is finally on the scene just as EV market shares are starting to tank. I'm here with Sweet Baby B, Topher Drives, and we're going to drive this thing. Now, this thing has a lot to offer, but it is an odd thing, and when you're driving a company's first electric vehicle, there's all kinds of quirks and features that are going to make them good, bad, ugly, great, all of these strange things, and I think this has a lot of ups and downs. The first thing you notice is the size. When you're thinking Wagoneer, you're thinking it's going to be this huge, hulking beast of an SUV. This is actually not that big, and I think the drivability of a vehicle this size is excellent. It has sort of the character of the size of a CRV, but it's a little bit longer, like a station wagon. So treat this less like an SUV and more like kind of a taller station wagon, right?
It kind of looks like a RAV4 from the side.
It's got a vibe. Now, I really do like the profile, especially with this wing, the spoiler thing on the top, because this actually is taking so much of that line for your eyes. But if this goes away, this actually has a really sloping rear. This one, being a launch edition, starts at $70,000 as tested. We've got it at about 73 grand, and the interior is pretty well appointed. But first, let's just take a look around. The front, very characteristically Jeep, but we do have some decent little light designs and things like that. I think that's kind of cool with the front. So I don't think this is anything new looking other than being a slightly sleeker version of the current design language, which honestly probably for the best. But you're going to be driving this for practicality. Now, it has 600 horsepower. Sorry to bury the lead on that. It's all-wheel drive, a front motor, a rear motor, and it moves. This thing will do 0 to 60 in about 3.5 seconds, and it has 617 pound-feet of torque. Very easy to remember because I'm from Boston, and 617 is the Boston area code. Back here, you've got actually kind of a tall loading floor. I don't think you have that much room in here, but of course we're going to have heritage things, so you're going to have established 1963. Let's see if there's anything under here. Okay, a little bit of room for some stuff and probably a tire repair kit. Nothing crazy. 60-40 split on those rear seats. You're going to have plenty of depth, but this doesn't go that high.
No. That's
kind of interesting. So yeah, take a look at this. Now, the other thing is that it just has so many strange body features. It's very, I don't know, there's a lot of this car that I'm like, I like it, but it's interesting. Okay, now let's get in the back seats. These door handles, kind of decent. I like that they don't have any fancy pop out things, but it is a button. Now we get into the red seats, baby. All right, in the back, you get heated and ventilated rear seats on the outboards. 3 settings for each. That's actually pretty decent.
Lots of things in 3s. Even the heated steering wheel up front has 3 settings.
Very rarely do you see a 3-setting heated steering wheel.
Yeah.
You've got HVAC back here. You've also got USB-C. And one of these bad boys, if you want to charge your laptop while you're sitting at a rest stop waiting for it to charge.
That's true.
Awkward numbers in EVs. It's very difficult because when we look at ICE cars, we know how to look at miles per gallon. We know how to look at displacement and horsepower and torque, fuel capacity, all of these things. EVs, it still feels like the journalist market has not really come to terms with how to manage these numbers. They'll tell you awkward things. Sure, you'll know it has 294 miles of range, but then they'll say it'll charge from 20 to 80% in 23 minutes. Okay, okay, that's fine. It's kind of a weird way to tell me that, but how many kilowatts? What's the charge, what's the rate of flow? And I believe this is 200 kilowatts. Not that high, because you go to a 350 DC fast charger, you're only going to be utilizing at best 200 kilowatts, and that's only for a minute as that charge curve falls down. So I do find that we need to kind of figure out how to manage all of these things. It has about 100 kilowatt hour battery, so that means it weighs 5,600 pounds. You'll start to figure out what things weigh based on how big the batteries are, because if we look at a 205 kilowatt hour battery in a Sierra or Silverado EV, we know that weighs around 9,000 pounds. So you cut that in half, you know that you're kind of in that realm. But you got to account for the weight of the leather. So Otherwise, you know, rear seat's pretty decent, and you're going to start to notice that you've got this killer sound system. It has a Macintosh sound system, and I think that's like one of the nicest features.
It's pretty powerful, yeah. Jeep, I believe, debuted this in the latest generation Grand Cherokee and Wagoneer, the big Wagoneer. And it's pretty good. It's gotten better. Honestly, this, with all of its sound deadening and just quietness overall, it's pretty dang good.
I'm impressed. And gluing us to the road on this black 20-inch wheel is a 235 section tire all around. It's a Falcon. So all of these electric car companies, all of these electric vehicles have pretty insane, stellar... Ooh, we got wireless charging there. That's lovely. I'll hand that to you. But everyone's kind of figured out how to make their EVs superheroes in the corners and how to manage traction control systems. This, I'm just gonna say it. It has a very unsophisticated traction control system, which at first I thought, well, that's very strange. I don't think I've driven an EV that really lets you like smoke tires before. And I know that everyone went ludicrous on the Charger when they first drove that car, and they said, this is the worst EV we've ever driven. This definitely probably shares some of those characteristics, but I'm the more I drive it as a driver, the more I'm finding some charm in it. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying there is some charm in that. Ooh, we've also got this Alcantara 8-pillar. All right.
It's my favorite part about the interior. It's the Alcantara headliner.
Yeah.
Just pet it.
It is nice.
Yeah.
I always feel like I'm just going to get my greasy paws on it, but hey, it's a press car, so if that's the worst thing we do to it, that's not so bad. All right, great ambient lighting going on. You can change the colors. We always elect for a bluish purple. That's just the style, and I'm glad that you share that with me because I like that.
Always looks the best on camera.
Our shifter down here, you just do this. It's not my favorite, but it's fine. And you know what I like is that they've done this nice textured crisscross thing, so it could have just been piano black and nightmarish, and it's not. Over here, this is where we get our heated seat and steering wheel controls, ventilated as well. You can't do them at the same time. That's fine, but sometimes that's a fun trick to play. We have this very strange two-spoke steering wheel. Reminds me of Nissan.
I think it's actually directly the same as the Charger.
Interesting.
It looks the same, anyway.
And then that telescoping and tilt is all electric, which is kind of nice. Decent display. And then down here we have our modes. You have sand, snow, eco, auto, sport. Despite this being a Jeep, I don't think this is really designed for like the trail. This might be the least trail oriented Jeep out there. We've got a heads up display. And I don't have it in creep mode, and I don't have it in the regen one pedal driving mode because it's so wildly aggressive that I don't prefer it. I don't like to drive it that
really
way.
Unsettling.
This vehicle is kind of unsettling. Like, watch. It's not the comfiest ride. You're gonna feel everything in the road, but it has a ton of power, which we are going to experience in a second. So we hunt down this Wrangler.
I took this out earlier to shoot the winding road day drive, and I stopped to do the 0 to 60. And when you whole shot this, it absolutely rips and lights up the front tires.
I'm gonna throw it in sport mode because it turns out the traction control, I swear, it gives you more power too.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like 100 horsepower more. All right, I'm gonna turn and floor it. So I take this one.
Yep.
So a lot of EVs will not let you have any fun. Really, like no fun whatsoever when it comes to wheel spin. This one will slip, especially those front wheels.
It's really quick.
It's really quick. We'll go straight and we'll be gentle past this cyclist who is crossing a road that I don't blame him. It's not exactly a bike-friendly town.
There used to be a cut-through right there, and they've changed it.
That's wild. I find it kind of awkward with the squarish wheels because I want to be able to smoothly unwind a wheel out of a corner, and you can't because you hit these like corners.
Okay. This is going to sound insane, but this is the kind of car that makes me question if I know how to steer a car properly. Is that weird? And then I get all in my head, I'm like, have I been doing it wrong this whole time? But no, it's the stupid square steering wheel.
Yes.
You can't smoothly unwind.
Yes.
That actually made me feel a lot better.
Yeah. It's like you hit these points instead of just like letting it slip through your fingers. It's very odd. Oh no, you Fusion don't know how to use this, but I'm gonna take the hit and we're going for it, baby! Oh my goodness, that's the thing, is this thing is just a torque monster. It has no business being this fast. It's like, but that's the thing, you can get out of Dodge. That's a very Stellantis way to say it, but it's great. This thing really does rip. And Stellantis vehicles do just have a sense of humor, and this absolutely carries on that legacy of having a sense of humor. I don't know how long this is going to last for them though, because they've already kind of said they're done with the Ram EV thing they were going to do.
The Rev.
So the Rev is out. This is in. Let's get into it in a corner. See, it'll let you push. Like, most EVs really wouldn't even allow that to occur. So I find that as a driver really fun, because I'm like, wow, this really lets me place the vehicle on throttle, unlike most. And I know that you're not buying this to be some like track star EV, but like, look at this thing. God, like, this is crazy. You know what's really funny? I was just like, oh, I wonder how fast I'm going, and I quickly glanced down at the range and it said 160, and I was like, there's no way we're doing that. I was like, man, this is a really massive speed. All right, let me just show you just a launch in this thing.
Let me do this, because I think the only way it'll light them up is if you go into the max regen with creep off.
Oh my God, that just like sent us through the windscreen.
All right, now wait for it to stop and then just punch it.
All right. What? I just laid down like a solid patch of rubber.
Right.
Oh my goodness, that's hysterical.
Might want to do that again, because it's just so fun.
Ready? And look at the time it takes between hitting. We're going to talk about this as we're driving it, but look at the time it takes before you hear the pedal hit the floor and it actually goes. I don't think I've ever like done EV burnouts before.
I'll put you back into your...
Oh, yeah, the regen is not my favorite.
This is the mode to drive this in. Minimum regen, creep on. You drive this like a normal car, because the one pedal drive is very poorly calibrated.
This is so ridiculous, this car. Everything about this car just feels a little extra in ways that I was like, Jeep?
Yeah.
Jeep is doing this. This has SRT all over it, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh my goodness. Okay, the luxury features. I don't know why I said it that way. It is luxurious. This interior is fantastic. I like the leather. I guess it's leather, right? The dashboard's kind of leather. It's got this deviated stitching. Seats are ultra comfortable, not very supportive given the fact that it can handle like this. The heated seats are like frying me right now, and we'll take a left here. See, that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't know how to sort itself out. So kind of just like weird things. It's never uncontrollable though. It's like always reasonable, but you're just kind of like, what?
Yeah. You get in situations where it's a little sketchy sometimes.
However, we have amazing massage seats, and that's probably my favorite thing about this Cobalt baby. Can you put on my massage seats? This is the thing. I don't know how to turn things
you can do it
on.
Down here.
Driver, okay.
Hit on. You got an open entrance ramp
Oh,
here.
heck yeah.
And you're being massaged.
And I'm being massaged. Whoa, four-wheel drift out of the Wagoneer S? What are you talking about? I'm going to be gentle just because I don't know if they've been like filling in stuff over here, and occasionally there's just like a guy in the road, so like we're going to heed properly the work zones, but has a little bit of torque steer, which again, other things I'm not used to feeling in an EV. We'll get off here, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Reasonable, quiet enough. Handling wise, this is just crazy. All right, we got to get back to the luxuries. I'm getting one of the best massages in the game.
They're good. I'm gonna have one.
These are really good. I'm really impressed with the massage seats in this car. So that's what I mean. You get like this kind of strange driver's package, but then you get like incredible luxuries. So there's like great pros in terms of like the seat you're going to be in and some of the materials like I'm just not expecting from Jeep, and then some of the cons where you're like, this is one of the most unsophisticated traction control systems I've felt in an electric vehicle. But like I said, I'm starting to find the charm in that because it like is a rewarding drive somehow. I don't know, man. Like I'm having so many conflicting feelings about this car. Where are you at with this?
I'm at like a 6 or a 7.
Okay, yeah, same.
It feels a little unfinished in my opinion, But like you said, I think that's part of its charm. Like it's actually kind of fun to drive, and it's got a good sound system. It's got good luxuries. I have my own screen over here actually that I can hook up an HDMI cable to and like play Xbox or whatever.
That's
or
right.
Switch to it or something. So I mean, there are good things, and I think as a first effort, I mean, you can't really say that for Jeep because they've been around for so long. Like,
Yes.
I think they kind of come out of the gates with something that's finished, that feels finished, but. I don't know. Stellantis has been kind of going through it, so I can't be too mad at them with this car.
No,
there's enough good about it.
I don't know that I can recommend it based on its price, but I bet there's going to be some lease deals that'll be really attractive on this. And I don't mean that in a condescending way. I just mean like it's just an expensive thing, and who knows what this is going to do depreciation-wise. I mean, likely not going to be the prettiest thing. Like, what are we talking about? Are you serious? Like, I don't know another EV that can do that. And also, like, I'm totally calm, and we just put the car sideways on throttle. This is hysterically fun. The Taycan Turbo GT wouldn't even do that.
No.
Like, this is so ridiculous. So
right here.
okay.
Just start heading
Yeah,
to
we'll head to
Chris's.
Chris to the Topher's house. I just find this to be hysterically charming, but honestly, like, I find it to be hysterically charming if you're someone who really enjoys driving cars. And I did not expect that to be the case for like a Wagoneer S. I really thought this was just going to be the family truckster. Just please get us in the market. Let us compete in the EV market because people are buying stuff and we don't have any offerings and maybe we need to figure out our portfolio. Instead, they've come out with this car that, like, despite feeling slightly unfinished, is actually one of the most fun things to play with in a really weird way that I didn't see coming. So for that, I got to give it a lot of points. There are things about it that are very not great. Like, the throttle tuning is bizarre. It's really aggressive. It's kind of crazy. The only reason that we got a little sideways back there was because I started feeding and it hit, right? So, you know, I'm comfortable driving a car sideways. That's not a big deal. This is my job. But, like, I don't know that Mama Bear is ready to go take her Wagoneer S, like counter steering through a corner.
Yeah.
The other thing is, it's, like, not very instant. One of the greatest things about EVs is that you get instantaneous throttle response and torque. I want you to listen to when the pedal hits the floor, and then I want you to notice when the car actually goes. That's a while.
It's like a second.
That's like a second. It's like a significant delay. So I just feel like we need to adjust some things, and maybe that'll come with updates or, you know, new model years or things like that. But I'm also not super confident that I don't know what their plans are for the future. Does this last one generation and die and they're done with EVs? Because a lot of companies are bringing their V8s back. They're moving away from the path that we intended to be on, and I don't know that this has much of a life beyond this particular generation. So anyway, all that to say, the Wagoneer S will shock you. It looks like a station wagon. It's the right size, but it drives like a rocket. This thing is genuinely fast, and it's kind of fun, and it's a little bit of a wheel-spinning hooligan, and it has SRT written all over it. So for that, I have to just really applaud them, because for whatever reason, I'm getting SRT Durango vibes out of this thing. And all the things you could complain about in an SRT Durango doesn't matter, because you're still smiling the entire way. As we go over some imperfect roads, this is where the suspension starts to feel a little bit crashy. It's not very luxurious, and for the price point, you're kind of expecting a little softer or more supple ride. The other thing is we do have some little rattles and squigglies inside.
Yeah. Like it's coming from the top of the B-pillar on this side.
Yeah, I'm trying to hit as much as I can to highlight it. This one's good. Yeah, so like build quality, it's not quite there, but it's not atrocious. It's just something you're going to notice. But if you are annoyed by it, turn up your Macintosh sound system and put on your massage seats, and I think you'll probably get over it pretty quickly. I don't know that there's any diehard Jeep fans that are like, you know, I've just been waiting for an EV, and I'll only buy it from Jeep. I don't know who those people are. Maybe they're out there, maybe they're not, but dude, I don't know. This is in so many ways much, much different than I ever anticipated it being. And it's unique. We'll give it that. We've been in a sea of EV sameness. This does not feel like anything I've driven on the market. It's very interesting.
Leave it to Stellantis.
Leave it to
I mean, it's
Stellantis.
on brand.
So crazy. So anyway, I think that's going to do it for me. It's just a quick trip in the Wagoneer S. Before you say, all you did was say nice things, like, I'm finding the joy in this vehicle because there's plenty of stuff that you're going to read about that people aren't going to be thrilled about with this car, but I don't think I've seen anyone say, hey, it's really fun to pin it sideways out of a corner. And for all of its unsophisticated traction control nature, I think it adds to kind of an entertaining driving experience, and I don't think that should be overlooked. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Don't forget to respect the drive. Thanks to the Topher Drive, sweet baby B next to me, for providing some of the context off of that Monroney, because I can never remember anything of these cars.
Yeah.
There's always a million options and things, but anyway, don't forget to respect the drive, and I'll see you in the next one.